Okay, then Helldivers, we are back. We've got loads to go over today as the DSS has now been moved over to Pandora base for full repair. We've also got a brand new major order briefing coming to the table with a major order taking us over to the purple side. On top of that, we've also got to take a look into some things happening inside of the Discord right now, as it appears that tomorrow is going to be a bigger day than we first anticipated. With that being said, we're going to dive onto everything you guys need to know today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be so greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts, all running up to 70% off on old and new games alike. That's the link in the description. And if you want to get your hands on some free super credits, it's very, very simple. Head down to the comment section and just put in a purple heart. Why a purple heart? It'll all make sense eventually. With that being said, let's dive into the game and see what's happening right now inside of Helldivers 2. So starting off, we received a message about the DSS. Obviously, we know that the Star of Peace has fired off onto Penta and blown it into a black hole, of which we received this message right here stating that High Command has ordered the transport of the Democracy Space Station, damaged during the firing of the Star of Peace, to Pandora's base on planet Foyer Bay to begin full-scale repair of the station. So yes, right now it appears that the DSS is completely out of operation. Not being able to actually utilize it anywhere makes it extremely odd. We have also got a brand new major order briefing on the table. Now, this one was a very interesting one of which I did thoroughly enjoy because it takes us back over to the Illuminate side, leading into a weird movement happening tomorrow, which leads to question as to what is going on. This major order is around 6 days long, so this is going to be an interesting few days, that's for sure. This first one right here states on the briefing, disturbing evidence has come to light. The Star of Peace may have experienced a data breach at or near the time of firing. If this is indeed the case, the blueprints for the defensive weapon may have been compromised. The DSS upon which the Star of Peace is installed has been placed into lockdown on a Foyer Bay. The only personnel allowed into the station are approved Ministry of Truth investigators. All crew members and Pandora-based workers have been sequestered for interrogation. Exasperating the situation, intel indicates an imminent Illuminate attack on a Foyer Bay. The enemy is opportunistically seeking to destroy the Star of Peace. Unable to tolerate the existence of a threat to their galactic domination, an attack would also threaten Pandora base and the center of the confinement of dissidents. It is anticipated to begin within the next 4 days. Expendious large-scale evacuation of base personnel and dissidents undergoing re-education, DURs, and at CECOD is imperative. To enable this, the Helldivers are ordered to clear a pathway out of a Foyer Bay through Valmox and Myriam while holding a Foyer Bay. Now, interesting indeed, as we do obviously have some movements happening tomorrow. What we do know is that the blueprints have now potentially been data mined, meaning that we don't know who, but somebody has access to them, which means that they now have a giant laser that they are able to build up to be able to destroy planets and generate more black holes. Now, let's think of a faction that is able to utilize black holes to their own demise. Well, yes, I know, and we're over on their sector right now protecting our planets. It's a very interesting one indeed, because it also has full conversations about the dissidents undergoing re-education, which has been a storyline going on now for the best part of a few months. I don't know where this is going to go, but it does seem to be relatively intriguing. The main reason for that is because tomorrow, and again, we had this information just a few minutes after I uploaded the other day, so thanks again, Arrowhead. Really appreciate that. But nonetheless, they actually gave us some very good information with regards to what it is that's happening tomorrow, as they have now managed to resolve the issue with the redacted regiment, and it will soon be available for release. They're going to have a patch that's incoming tomorrow, 22nd of January at 11 AM CET. That's 10 AM if you're in the UK like myself, with the redacted regiment going live at 2 PM CET. That's 1 PM if you're in the UK like myself, also on the 22nd. So tomorrow is going to be an absolutely incredible day. We know that we've got a patch update happening in the morning, and then the major Warbond going to be dropping in the afternoon, but it leads to question as to what it is that is going on. So everybody jumped over to Discord to find out exactly that, and somebody stated, is tomorrow going to be cool? The Baskinator responded with, depends what you think is cool. Now this is very, very wild to me, and we know full well that they do play around with their wordings. But let's be honest, no one with good marketing skills is going to say to you, no, tomorrow's not going to be cool. We've actually just got a bit of a small patch update, and we're going to be fixing a few things, and then you'll be able to have your Warbond. So nobody's actually going to say that, but in the same breath, they also can't tell us if something big is coming. It does seem like a weird movement right now, as the storyline does seem to be leading into the brand new arc that we are looking at receiving at some stage, although taking us over to the Illuminate does confuse me greatly, as that's not what I expected, but we'll have to wait and see exactly where it is that the storyline goes. I want you guys to get your tinfoil hats on though. Let me know down in the comment section exactly what you guys are thinking. I think the next 24 hours is going to be an interesting one, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel and come in to a live stream with me, as we're going to be live throughout most of tomorrow. We've also got to take a look at our top comments from the previous video where we went over the latest movement with Penta and how it is that they actually issued the quote-unquote explosion of a planet event. I know some people are stating that it wasn't an event, and you probably need to lower your expectations. For me, personally, not exactly how I think about things. It's a little bit of a weird one, but it is something that I wanted a little bit better for the game. And I asked for your guys' opinions in the comment section below. We normally would say that the top comments would make it into the next one. So, well, we're going to give them to you now, and we're going to do the same thing again tomorrow. So make sure you hit the comment section and let me know what you guys are thinking. The top voted will be in the top voted comments. This first one right here coming from Bongo Fury states, after the build-up, 4 weeks, the payoff was pretty lame. Now, actually, the way that it was all worded inside of Reddit and inside of Discord, and actually by most Helldivers that weren't glazing the life out of it, was that it was just a PNG reference changeover on the Galactic War map. And then when you actually flew over to that planet, it was just a GIF per se. There wasn't any movement anywhere. It was a little bit of a rough one, and as far as an event goes, it was probably as satisfying as when Angel's Venture blew up. I think that you guys can all remember that. Needless to say, the rest of the comments kind of ran in tangent, so this next one right here from Brighton states, I don't know why the disappointing payoffs for things still surprise me. Now, we've obviously had the game out now for around 2 years, and it's actually a very, very long time for a game title to survive in this day and age, so massive kudos to Arrowhead's Helldivers overall. But it does appear that we kind of just let this game have chance after chance after chance and hope that they bring back the shine that it once had when it first released. And a lot of us do remember from the initial launch of it. We will continue to keep jumping in, continue to keep being disappointed by events, and continue to be riddled with copium waiting for the next one. This final one stays right here, coming from Philip. I was literally parked at Penta waiting for this thing to fire so I could see it, but when time came, my destroyer auto-jumped out, so I didn't get to see it. I'm democratically savage. Now, I didn't actually know that that's what happened. I myself am fully aware of the way that Arrowhead actually do things, so instead of capitalizing on a PNG image, I actually just went to bed and checked it out the next morning. I didn't realize that they were shipping people away from Penta so that you weren't able to actually witness what it was that happened. But I guess it makes sense, as they were then able to change the atmosphere around the Super Destroyer so that people wouldn't actually have to witness a switch over just in a quick blanket change. So yeah, a bit of a weird one, man. Arrowhead is doing some really strange things, and hopefully these strange things all lead to the big Apex movement that we're used to with Helldivers 2. Generally, it's the it's so over, we're so back, and right now it's been it's so over for quite some time. So hopefully we'll be back very, very soon. With that being said, if you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. I appreciate all of your faces. It's been an interesting day, and hopefully a more interesting one to come tomorrow. Appreciate you all, and as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.